What up guys, my name's Dart and hopefully this video is going to be a fun one to watch. It's probably not going to be as much fun for me to make because I'm going to be analysing a couple of failed war attacks I've done in recent clan wars. Now whenever I fail a war attack, well, like anyone, when I first fail a war attack I fling something across the room and storm off, but eventually I come back and I sit down and I'll watch it through a series of times, and firstly I'll try and figure out why it failed. Then I'll try to work out what I'd do differently, and then finally I'll try and take a sort of a golden rule or a kind of global lesson away from that particular attack, so that next time I do an attack which is similar, I know what not to do. And that's the process I'm going to go through with you guys now. So the first thing we're going to go and do is go back to the War Corps War. I'm actually going to show you my first attack, which was a 3-star, so that you guys can get a feel for the kind of way I like to plan attacks and what I try and think about when I'm doing the analysis on a base. Now, up until this point, I think I was on like an 10 or 11 attack 3-star streak. So I was feeling pretty good. This is going to be a light quake go lava attack, and I like this attack at the moment because it's good at exploiting weaknesses in bases. And you'll see here, the weakness in this base is that you can take out those 2 air defenses with 3 lightning spells. So we're going to do that first. Then we're going to drop down a funnel of minions to get rid of those trash bases, and then we're going to send in our heroes through here, with the objective of killing that extra air defense, so we get 3 of them down and both of these heroes. So that's the goal. Now, let's see what happens. So the first thing that's going to happen will be the minions will go in to start the funnel. Down they go. 2 on each of these. And then earthquake. And 3 lightnings. And zap. Bye-bye air defenses. Now, that's the first thing that's gone wrong. The stupid minions have gone and triggered the CC drag, which is a fight they can't win. So out comes the dragon. He's going to get interested in the golems. They go over to the mortar, which is actually quite helpful. They take out that mortar. The queen is going to start focusing on the dragon. Now the balloons come out as well, which is good. And as soon as those golems turn the corner, they're going to get targeted by all the defences, so then I can send the king in. Sometimes you'll see people send the king too early, so he gets targeted by the defences. You don't want that. You want to keep him as untouched as possible. So here, you'll see the king goes in. I've put a jump down. I didn't need it at all, actually, because the queen hops over here. Obviously, I couldn't have known that, but yeah, you need to try and be as economical with spells as possible because they're very important, so that was a bit of a waste. I put in both hounds. I send them from different sides to soak up the traps. This was a fresh attack, so I didn't know where the traps were, but they do a decent job. What I wasn't anticipating was all of those Teslas to come out, and you'll see in a second, as the pups explode, they absolutely decimate the hounds explode, they absolutely decimate the pups. So that impedes the cleanup a little bit. Out come the air skeletons. But in terms of general rules of thumb or golden rules, if you can take out 3 air defenses before you start your air deployment and you have 2 hounds and at least sort of 10 or 12 loons, then it's going to be really tough for the base to stand up to it. And as I say, this is going to end up in a 3-star, and the cleanup's going to be relatively painless. The queen's still full health, and we've got a few pups up the top with some wizards all around. So everything was good. I was feeling pretty confident, and I decided I was going to go and hit a Town Hall 10. So let's have a look at that raid. Now, is my base defending? Here we go. 77% 1-star failure. Now let's break this base down quickly. So if we have a look over here, this is going to be interesting. This queen position, she's there. She's going to walk around here. And there's a spot in the middle of that which would allow us to lightning the queen, an air defense, and an inferno tower. Now that's how I got the 3 stars. If you saw the video of the 3-star on the Town Hall 10 the other day, that's how I got the Town Hall 10 3-star. The problem is, the other inferno is over here. And the remaining 2 air defenses are up here. So if I lightning these ones, how do I get him? Well, instead of doing it that way, if we lightning these, what we've got up here is this nice triangle of air defenses. The queen is very close, so she can come in there, and we've got the inferno tower. So with using a jump spell down here, we could get all 3 of those air defences with our kill squad and lightning this one. Basically meaning that we've got no air defences on the base left, and we can just use balloons to take it out. No hounds needed. Anyway, that was the idea. I'm going to show you why it fails though. So, first thing that we do is need to create the funnel. So the golem goes in, the giants go in. This was a fresh attack again, but once I come up with the plan, it was really pretty quick to plan, to be honest. I took 3 giants. I probably didn't need 3 giants in all honesty, but I was being a little conservative. I thought there's no hounds in the army, you know. I've got army camp space to burn. Complacency is never a good attitude to take into an important war like this one. So they take out 1 air defense. Now you're going to see down here 3 linings. Boom. Good. Everything's going fine. Now, out comes the enemy CC. There's a dragon and a ton of barbarians. My king says, "Ha, barbarians! I've got barbarians." So he goes over. We iron fist him into the queen rather, and he takes out the enemy king as well. So added value, good stuff. And the golems eventually make their way to the 2nd air defense. Put on the queen's cloak. She takes out the inferno, but she hops the wall, and right there she's left 1 air defense, which is going to crush me. Now, the problem was, the issue wasn't with the queen at all. She did what she was always going to do. What I should have done is kept 3 hogs, or anything basically, but 3 hogs deployed up here right now will go in, they'll kill that air defense, and it's game over. Good night, base. And I've got tons of space. I could have absolutely afforded to have taken 3 hogs, but I didn't, because I didn't have a backup plan. So the lesson for me, the contingency that I have to do, is always have something in the army in case stuff goes wrong. Usually, of course, that's going to be a hound. I could have taken a hound here. I probably should have done, in fairness. But if I hadn't taken a hound, what I ought to have taken was some hogs, just in case. But hey, that's why we do the attacks, right? To learn these things. So you'll see that air defense, it does a little bit of damage at the start. But even at this point, I mean, there's still sort of 18 balloons left. The queen's up. Everything was going okay, but you'll see. To be honest, by this point, I already knew it was a fail, because if that air defense is up, it's going to make mincemeat of the balloons. But yeah, they just go down so fast. I've got a full health golem, so yeah, again, I could have probably swapped one of those out. Just taken a couple of giants to compensate. But as I say, that's why I'm showing you guys these replays, because hopefully you'll see something in them that helps you when you come to do attacks in wars that you want to win. So that was that one. The lesson being, have a contingency. Now we're going to jump forward to the most recent war which we've done, and I had back-to-back fails, which I didn't really like how that felt, to be honest. I don't usually have those. So we're going to go through. I did eventually redeem myself my 2nd war attack. It wasn't necessary by that point. The fight was done and dusted, but I fell back on a penta attack because Old Faithful. Oops. When in doubt, just fling 5 hounds and 20 balloons at the base. So where is it? Here we go. This is my first attack. Now this is embarrassing because this is going to be a failure on a symmetrical base. So yes, everyone knows these bases. Chinese players seem to love them. They're sort of circa 2014. However, I'll talk you through what I was hoping to do with it. Again, you can see it's a light quake attack. I can hit the queen in there, kill her and that air defense, and hopefully that sweeper. Then the plan was to send in golems from this side, clear out these buildings with a couple of wizards. The golems will go into that section, clear out that section, and then take out that sweeper and that air defense. From then on, I was going to send in the hounds and the loons counterclockwise. That's the plan. Now let's see what actually happens. So, oh yeah, with lightning queens, I would recommend taking some time on the live server to practice. I did that for probably about half a week, 3 or 4 days. I just went around lightning people's queens. As soon as I'd killed her on the farming server. As soon as I killed her, I'd just bail out of the attack. I used to wonder what people would think when they got on and just saw their queen dead. But yeah, that's the way to learn what the timing is for it, because you can be very consistent. Oh, see that? Wall breaker fail. Good game, Supercell. Anyway, everything that can go wrong with this attack basically does go wrong, but the actual issue, the root cause of it is fairly obvious in a minute. So wall breaker fail, then that golem decides to go sideways, so he completely ignores the objective of the mission. My heroes get in, which is fine. Out comes the enemy CC, which turns out to be a dragon, which is fairly standard. Golem's doing okay. At this point, I'm sort of scrabbling to catch up, so I know I'm not going to take that sweeper out, so I'm just waiting till that air defense goes down. Now we can go the hounds. Follow them with balloons. Obviously, I had to send in all 3 hounds at once, which I don't really want to do, but I knew I was going to need to because the air defences were so close that they overlapped. Usually, that's actually a weakness in a base, or it can be. You can make it work to your advantage, but here it most certainly didn't. So I've lost 2 hounds already. The 3rd one's about to go down. And now I have about 8 balloons left and more than half the base to kill. Both expos are up, which are eviscerating all of my pups. So, replay ends in 4 seconds. Abject failure, 2nd one in a row, and yeah, looks embarrassing, right? Now, answers on a postcard, what went wrong? Well, the problem, after I watched it enough times, I realised the issue wasn't really with the execution. The whole plan was the problem. It was never ever going to work, and I worked this out after going through this for about 20 minutes. What you have to do with a light quake attack, you simply cannot get away unless you kill 3 of the air defences. And on this particular base, they were too deep and too spread out in order to kill 3 with this particular army. So it was just never going to work. I watched the attack that actually beat this base later, and it was a simple go lava. He dropped a jump spell down here, took out that air defense, and the queen when she came into the middle. And then he had enough spells left to do it. You can do that with the rage spells and the haste spells that you take with a regular go lava, but with the light quake, because you don't have anything to hasten your balloons as they move through the base, you must take out 3 air defenses. So that was the moral of the story, basically. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave me a comment and I can do more of these in the future. Well, hopefully not too many more of these because I don't like failing attacks. But yeah, I can keep it in the back of my mind in case we have some more terrible attacking. If you like it, then share it with your clan mates. Encourage them to do these kinds of things with their failed attacks. Anyone who doesn't learn from their failures is going to keep on making the same mistakes, in my opinion. And if you did like it, then yeah, please give it a thumbs up. And until the next time, folks, happy clashing.